We decided to do our project on Jacob Augustus Riis. He was a reporter, a writer, and a photographer that stood for social reform when it came to poverty in the slums of New York. Jacob Riis was born on May 3, 1849 in Denmark, and emigrated to the United States in 1870, landing in New York. While in New York, he worked a job as a police reporter in the Lower East Side, responsible for reporting crime and poverty. This is where he got a taste of how overwhelmingly bad poverty really was.
Jacob Riis's book, How the Other Half Lives, was one of the many ways that he battled the conditions of the New York slums. This book is an example of photojournalism and pioneered muckraking. He was joined on the battlefield by Theodore Roosevelt, who called him New York's most useful citizen. Theodore Roosevelt originally met Jacob Riis when he was on the force as a police journalist. They worked together to rebuild the city's worst neighborhoods. Jacob Riis also pioneered the new magnesium flash. He used this to take photos in dark places. The flash allowed him to do so, while still being able to see the subjects. The first work that we're going over is Prayer Time in the Nursery, 5 Points of House Industry. This work was done in 1887 to 1888. The medium is gelatin silver print. This medium allowed Riis to develop the film later. As you can see, this work depicts orphan boys praying, getting ready for bedtime, and being observed presumably by their headmistress. This work is very symmetrical and has an implied triangle made by the boys and slashed across the floor. The high contrast, made possible by the magnesium flash powder, allows a focal point to be made of the boys. This work spoke to me because it's depicting boys who are not only left alone in the world by their parents, but they're forced to live together in horrible conditions. Fortunately, due to Jacob Riis' hard work, 5 Points neighborhood was eventually demolished for new construction.
Looking through the many works of Jacob Riis, one photo that especially caught my eye is named the Juvenile Asylum Playground. This photo was printed circa 1888 to 1898. It is displayed in the Museum of the City of New York. Its medium is gelatin silver. This photo displays children at play, some with wooden planks I take to be makeshift baseball bats. Others are conversing in groups by the wall. This is a powerful display of the neighborhood kids of poverty. Here we can see close up the wooden planks I take to be baseball bats, neighborhood children at play, or countless banter near the wall. One of the first things that comes to mind in this picture are the flat geometrical shapes. Highlighted in yellow, we have a slender triangular part of a building that goes over the brick wall. The wall is flat and rectangular, and the dirt lot is also flat and rectangular. This photo is asymmetrical. While looking at it, I noticed that most of the key figures create triangular focal points. I have highlighted some of the routes in yellow and blue, and that most of the kids are grouped in 2 or 3, except for the outlier who is ready to have his photo taken. The triangular focal points create a sort of path or roadmap for looking at all aspects in this picture. I start with the boy in the front who is ready to have his picture taken. Then I head to the back to the group of children, back up front to the kid in the corner, and then back to the wall to end with the group of 3. One of my favorite parts of this picture is this little boy. He captures poverty so well. The grit and grime on his face and on his clothes, the fact that he doesn't have shoes, and the grim mug on his face all relays to the slums of the tenements and the whole purpose that Riis captured these photos. Here we have a zoomed out picture of Juvenile Asylum Playground. There is a fence dividing the older boys from the younger boys, and here you can see there are many more younger boys at play. This captures the many numbers of poverty.
Well, that's it. Thank you for listening to our video about Jacob Riis and his work.